Hello, YouTube. My name is James Klim. Welcome to Rising Potential. This is For Unto Dawn, Part 5 review. Once again, I couldn't do the review early because I got hit by a hurricane. I lost all my power, but I got it back, and now I can do the review. The episode is in the description. Go watch it, come back so you're not spoiled. Here are my thoughts, outline, pros, cons, and my overall rating. And then I guess I might do an overall rating of the entire show. I might make a separate video for that, actually. Yeah, I'll just do Part 5, and then I'll make a separate video for the entire series. And if I sound kind of weird, I apologize. I'm doing like 6 commentaries at once, and this is the 3rd commentary I'm doing before I go pick up my Halo 4 copy at the midnight release. So, really quick, let's get to the outline. So it starts off with Cortana, continues the Storm Covenant disturbance, which is the Covenant enemy that's going to be in Halo 4. They're called the Storm, or like they're a fraction of the Covenant, and they're called the Storm. Or they're called the Storm. I don't know. They're called the Storm. And she summons herself, and she's about to react, or she's thinking about reactivating Chief from cryosleep. So she's just thinking, I'm going to press the button, Chief's going to come out, and he's going to save the day. So she's about to activate the button as the Covenant are, I guess, and supposedly invading the For Unto Dawn. Now we go back to the actual series. We flash back, and Chief Lasky and his gang are on the run from the Covenant. Eventually, their Warthog gets splattered by, or a Jackal gets in the way and splatters the Warthog, and it causes the Warthog to stop. Which is funny because in all the Halo games, when I splattered a Jackal, the Warthog never stopped for me. But I guess they were unlucky, and I guess it needed to happen for stuff to go down. So they hit the Jackal, and it stops the Warthog from moving. And like I said, everything looks great. The effects look good. The Jackal looked good. The blood on the window looked pretty realistic. So, and if that is all CGI, bravo to the special effects people. Looks pretty sweet. So the Warthog stops, and Chief covers their backs, and we learn that Chyler, which I believe is her name, Chyler Sylvia, the British chick, Chyler, is that how you say her name? C-H-Y-L-E-R, Chyler. We find out that she's been impaled by a needle in the stomach, or she's been impaled from a needler, and there's a needle in her stomach. Once again, the needler is the primary killing machine in parts 4 and 5. Which beats the Energy Sword. The Energy Sword killed Hector and JJ, but the Needler wounded Sullivan, killed the Commander Lady, and is about to kill Chyler. Spoiler. So Chyler's sitting there, she's crying, she's in immense pain. Lasky is trying to save her life, and then Chyler, says it's okay, Lasky. She rips out her dog tags, gives it to Lasky. And, she dies from her wounds. She, dies, which is quite sad. And I'll mention that in the pros and cons. But, yeah, she dies pretty much in Lasky's arms, and Lasky's upset. And Chief and the others have to say, I'm sorry, Lasky. And I know that it's incredibly fucked up for us to do this, but we have to leave her body so we can escape. So I always found that kind of fucked up, how they leave a person's body to like rot or whatever. I mean, I'm sure the body's going to be disintegrated by the glassing, but it's still pretty messed up that you have to leave your dead comrade with you. You're not even going to give her a proper burial. So that really sucks that she died. And I didn't expect her to die, but yeah, she passes on. So. Chief Lasky and the others leave her body, of course, and they go to escape. Eventually, Lasky runs into, Lasky, Chief, and the others are stopped by a hunter, and Lasky runs off, yells Axios, and he creates a diversion to let the others escape. Originally, Chief was going to do it, but Lasky just ran off, which I believe mirrors episode 1. Where he runs off, and I think it's the beginning or the end, I forget, but no, probably the end, I think, where he runs off, or no, the beginning, I'm sorry. Somewhere in part 1 he does it, and then a hunter spots him. By the way, the CGI for the hunter looks freaking amazing. Looks better than the Elite, better than all the Covenant. It looks really good. I don't think I saw any grunts in the For Unto Dawn. If there were any grunts, let me know. I don't believe I saw. I think it was just Elites, Jackals, and Hunters. I don't think I saw a grunt, but maybe. I don't know. Let me know if you saw any grunts. And the hunter aims his fuel rod and he blasts Lasky and he, falls over the ground. And then Chief eventually runs on top of him, mounts the hunter, and then he sticks a frag grenade in the worm, or like in the hunter's stomach or belly, where like all the worms and like all the weak points, or the exposing his exposing, I guess, flesh is. And then the grenade explodes and, blood splatters everywhere and Chief kills the hunter. Really awesome scene. It looks pretty realistic. I mean, it looks a little bit fake when Chief running's on the hunters. It looks like he's really jumping on a CGI, not a realistic being. But when the hunter blows up, it looks pretty real. I mean, it looks pretty close to being realistic. I know it's really hard to do all that CGI probably, but they did a great job. So, Lasky and Chief and the others eventually make it out to the Pelican, and then they leave they leave the area. In the background, we see Covenant ships glassing the area. And they're probably looking for an artifact. I guess that's what the Covenant do now. They just look for artifacts from the Forerunners, and they are the only survivors. And then the two Spartans show their faces. They take off their helmets and show Lasky's friends. And someone pointed out in the comments of Part 5 on the Machinima Prime view page that, oh my god, it's Cat and Noble 6. I'm pretty sure it's not Cat and Noble 6 because I'm pretty sure Chief said Kelly, so that girl might be Kelly. But I thought Kelly had blue hair, so that might be Linda. I don't know. I think her number was 087. I don't memorize the tag number, so I forget who that is. And I'm pretty sure he's not Noble 6 because he's a Spartan 3. And so is Cat a Spartan 3. They're Spartan 2, so I'm pretty sure that wasn't... I'm not pretty sure. That wasn't Cat and 6. Yeah, that wasn't, because they're much younger than the Kelly and Chief. Yeah, that wasn't them. And then eventually Chief thanks Lasky, says you did a good job, good soldier, and then they fly off. And then Lasky stares, and we see his face staring, pretty much probably soaking up everything that just happened. And then it flashes back to present time where he's in the UNSC Infinity, and he's looking at Chief's distress signal, which probably it's why it triggered the entire Forward Unto Dawn flashback. And he preps himself for cryo sleep. We see like all that like rash reaction, so he's still affected by the cryo, and he gets into cryo sleep and he just goes in with it. And then the UNSC Infinity slips space to what they'll probably be and they'll probably slip space to Requiem in Halo 4, the game. And then it flashes, or then it goes to Cortana, and she's literally about to press the button that's going to activate Chief back into cryo sleep, which of course is the beginning of Halo 4. So that was Part 5 of Forward Unto Dawn. Yeah, it was really good. Not as much action as Part 4, but I thought it was a really good episode. Pros of this part, once again, great camera effects, music, sound effects, acting. The acting of Chyler, I forget her name, and the same for the one for Lasky. They did a great job, amazing job, but I don't know, like, just watching the scene where Chyler dies, it wasn't as sad as I thought it was going to be. They both did a great job acting. It just wasn't as sad as I thought it was going to be. And I just repeated myself. But, yeah, I was expecting it to be a lot more depressing. Because like I said, when they kissed in Part 3, I actually cared about that. And when Chyler died, I didn't really care. I mean, I cared a little bit, but not as much as I thought I would. So... I don't know, maybe because there was so much action and I was focusing on, stuff blowing up around them rather than the actual characters. But yeah, the black chick makes it. I'm not sure if that, counts as a black person lives a, well, it's not a zombie apocalypse, but they live all these action. Or maybe that just applies to black people, black males. But she's a black female and she made it alive, so I guess that counts for something. Yeah, the CGI for the Hunter looked really good. Really, really good. The CGI for the Elite, like I said, looked kind of shaky up close, but the Hunter up close looks fucking amazing. There is a part, though, where Chief mounts the Hunter where it looks a little bit fake, but other than that, the CGI for the Hunter looked really, 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 really good. The Jackals look a little bit off, but like I said, I'm not going to bash on the episode because, it must be really hard to make CGI Covenant. So, and like I said, the part where Chief mounts the Hunter looks really cool. It actually reminds me of, there was a video at PAX, I think, where Bungie showed the cut content from Halo Reach, and originally you were going to be able to mount Hunters and pretty much stick grenades inside them. And this is pretty much exactly what Chief does, and I thought that was really cool. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose from the cut content from Reach, or if it was just some random idea. Regardless, the idea was cool, and it looked really nice on camera. Really quick, if you're wondering why I'm sitting in the spot, I got 15 kills and I want to get a perfection. So yes, I literally sit in the spot for the rest of the gameplay. The cons for this part for me, like I said, regardless of, you know, both actors acting great in that scene with Chyler and Lasky, I didn't feel quite as sad as I thought I was going to feel, but it was still a good scene. And it is unfortunate that she did die. And the two Spartans who show themselves, I think they look really kind of strange, especially the girl. The girl looks really freaking weird, probably because she's been augmented to shit. But she, I don't know, it just looked kind of odd to me. But like I said, they've been augmented since they were 6, so I can understand why they would be kind of deformed. But, you know, it still looked kind of weird to me. So overall, what did I think of Part 5? I thought it was a really good episode. Every episode of Forward Unto Dawn has been really good, and I'm really surprised. Like I said, when I watched the trailer a long time ago, I thought it was going to suck, and I'm happy to say that it didn't suck. I thought the episode was great. I thought the series was great, and I'll probably be making a overview of the entire show coming up. So, yeah, I thought it was good. Part 5 was good. What's my favorite part? I love Part 3 because of this, you know, introduction to the Covenant. Part 4 because it has great action and suspense with the Elite. And Part 5 is good. I think my favorite part is Part 4, just because it's an all-action episode, which is great to see, and I love that scene with the Elite. Awesome. But Part 5, great. A. You know, Part 4 and 5 get A's. they were really good. Perfection. So that was my review of Part 5. Let me know what you thought. And if you haven't seen my last 2 videos, my last video I did a review of Red vs. Blue Season 10, Episode 21. And my second to last video was a review of Forward Unto Dawn Part 4. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for some more content on Rising Potential. Halo 4 is coming up, very close. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.